If you have ever owned a cat, you have probably experienced a moment that felt both fascinating and slightly unsettling. It usually happens during a quiet moment in your home. Perhaps it is evening. You are sitting on your couch, relaxing after a long day. Everything around you feels normal. There are no strange noises, no one else in the room, nothing moving. Then you glance at your cat. It is standing still, eyes wide open, staring intensely at a corner of the room, not blinking, not looking away, just staring. You follow its gaze, but you see nothing, just empty space. Maybe a wall or a dark corner. Yet your cat continues to stare. Its ears are raised, its head slightly tilted, its body completely still, as if it is watching something invisible. Moments like these often leave people puzzled. Some even feel a slight chill. They begin to wonder, is my cat seeing something that I cannot see? Throughout human history, cats have always been surrounded by mystery. In ancient Egypt, cats were considered sacred animals. They were associated with the goddess Bastet. Many Egyptians believed cats could protect humans from evil spirits. Cats were so respected that harming one was considered a serious crime. In some households, cats were even mummified after death. This shows how important they were in ancient culture. In many other cultures, cats were believed to possess unusual senses. Some people believe cats could detect things beyond human perception. However, modern science offers several realistic explanations for these strange behaviors. First, we need to understand that cats possess highly developed senses, especially vision, hearing, and smell. These senses allow cats to detect signals in the environment that humans completely miss. Let us start with vision. A cat's eyes are designed to detect motion. In the wild, cats are predators. Their ancestors survived by hunting small animals like mice and birds. These prey animals move quickly and unpredictably. As a result, cats evolved to become extremely sensitive to movement. Even the smallest motion can capture a cat's attention. For example, a tiny fly crossing the room, an ant crawling along a wall, or dust particles floating in sunlight. Humans often ignore these details, but to a cat, they can appear like moving targets. This is why cats sometimes stare so intensely at seemingly empty places. Cats also possess incredibly sensitive hearing. They can hear sounds at frequencies far higher than humans. Humans typically hear between 20 hertz and 20 null hertz. Cats can hear much higher frequencies. This allows them to detect very subtle sounds. For example, mice moving inside walls, insects crawling across surfaces, or tiny vibrations in the environment. When a cat suddenly focuses on a corner of the room, it might actually be responding to a sound you cannot hear. Cats also possess another fascinating sensory tool, their whiskers. Whiskers are not ordinary hairs. They are extremely sensitive sensory organs. Whiskers detect subtle changes in air movement. When an object moves nearby, it creates tiny air currents. A cat's whiskers can detect those currents. This helps cats navigate even in complete darkness. But another factor also plays a role: hunting instinct. Even indoor cats still retain the instincts of predators. Cats constantly observe their surroundings. They track the smallest movements, a moving shadow, a reflection of light, a small object rolling across the floor. All of these things can trigger their attention. Yet there are still moments that puzzle even scientists. Sometimes cats stare into an empty space for several minutes. No movement, no sound, no insects, just a quiet corner. Some researchers believe cats may be able to detect subtle environmental changes. For example, magnetic field variations, air pressure changes, or tiny vibrations in the floor. These signals are too weak for humans to detect, but cats might sense them. This means the world cats experience may be very different from the world humans perceive. While we see a quiet room, cats may sense hundreds of subtle signals around them. Sounds, movements, vibrations, reflections of light. All these tiny details create a world full of information for cats. And that may explain why cats sometimes stare into places where we believe nothing exists. Because for a cat, there might actually be many things happening there.